Oh no! White people! White people everywhere! Ah! Exodus Gods and Kings is a new Ridley Scott movie starring Christian Bale, I'm Batman, and Joel Edgerton. And this movie is about the Bible, the story of Exodus where Moses is in Egypt and he wants his people to go. And there's a bunch of plagues and the Red Sea, and basically that is what the movie focuses. Now before this movie was released, there were some ticked off people claiming that the actors were all white instead of Egyptian or something. Now when I watched the movie, it didn't really bother me that much. I mean, there were some scenes where I completely believed that the cast were Egyptian, but it may have helped if, I don't know, if the casting was a little different. I don't know. I don't care. No big deal. So anyways, Exodus Gods and Kings. How was it? It was pretty good. The first thing in the film was an epic battle scene with armies everywhere. It was well shot, and the shaky cam was not that shaky, and for the most part it was pretty cool. And then you got the exile scene where Moses leaves Egypt away from Ramses, and now he has a family, and guys, this is what the movie felt like. I felt like this movie was unbalanced. You got cool scenes like the battle scenes, and you got the awesome but kinda disturbing plague scenes. That was handled well. Then the Red Sea scene. Great, sort of. Then you got the other scenes where the pacing is kind of flat. In the first half of the movie, you're not sure if you're into the story. Then minutes later, you're like, okay, pick it up. Falling asleep here. Then in the second part of the movie, that's where all the plagues are, and finally you're into the story, which is great. But if you're watching a movie where the pacing has issues, then it will be easy to find some flaws. I don't think this film needs to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. It could have been cut down to help the pacing issue, because aside from the first battle scene, it drags on and on and on. And now the characters. Both Bale and Edgerton did fine as Moses and Ramses, but the thing I really like about Moses is that he is so real. He's not the stereotypical Moses where he's like, let my people go. No! He was told by God to let his people go and tell him that he was going to send plagues, and Moses, he doesn't want to go through that. He doesn't want to be held responsible for this. And he goes through this battle with God, and I really like that. And oh, and speaking of God in this movie is not what you think he looks like. He doesn't have a deep voice. He's not like Morgan Freeman in a white suit and says, Moses, I want you to go into the land of Egypt and tell old Pharaoh to let those poor Hebrews go. No, he's not like that. He's below 5 feet tall. He's a shorty, that's all I can say. But the problem with the film is that it doesn't have the same aspects as the Prince of Egypt. As you can see, these are two brothers, but there isn't enough screen time to establish that they are brothers. I mean, they look like two people who are just somewhat brothers who suddenly hate each other. In the Prince of Egypt, you can see that they are truly brothers by their emotion. And also, John Turturro in this movie is playing as a pharaoh, and I don't know. I felt like he was some sort of comic relief of some kind. I mean, I never took him seriously, and pretty much. And also, there are some great talented actors like Aaron Paul, Sigourney Weaver, who are just in this movie, and they don't really do anything. Kind of like Morgan Freeman in Transcendence. Nothing new. They are just there, but they don't do anything. They're just there, and that's it. But overall, this movie is okay. It's not like Noah where they try to do something unique. It's a traditional, basic live-action storytelling of Moses and the plagues. So if you're up to it, then I say check it out. Good acting, cool action scenes. You probably won't adore this movie so much, but it's worth watching. I'm gonna give this movie 7 pieces of gold out of 10. I mean, what is the deal with gold? I mean, look at the poster. Egypt loves their gold. So yeah, that is my take of Exodus Gods and Kings. Thank you for watching. More reviews on the way.